Hi everyone, my name is Tyler Oakley, and I'm here with
Korey Cool.
Korey Cool. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Why are you trying to go back to back?
We are in the finale
Of The Amazing Race.
We did it! We're so far in the race. There's only one episode left to go. It's when?
It's on Friday.
This
May
Friday.
13th.
May 13th. If it's already happened, then you're late to watching this. But May 13th, Friday, 8 p.m. If you want to watch it, tweet along with hashtag Team Tyler and Korey. Today, we were like, you know what? We haven't really talked about The Amazing Race at all. So we decided to do a little Q&A.
I thought this was the 4th chicken nugget challenge.
Nope.
Julia wants to know, Tyler, you tweeted about arguing with Korey once in Dubai. Tell us about that argument. I'm curious.
I don't think we fought at all on the race.
It was very minimal if we did. We don't bicker or fight a lot in general.
Only like in the podcast. On the race, we really didn't fight, except for one instance in Dubai. What happened?
In Dubai, I was driving a car.
Right. It was the only episode that we ever had to drive ourselves.
And Tyler was navigating, and it had just been a very long day.
I was like, the exit is right there.
He was just pointing, and I was driving, and he was sitting behind me.
And Korey's like, where?
Like, you can't just say there. Like,
and I was like, right there.
To your left, to your right, up, down.
It was so upset because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe we embarrassed ourselves by getting into such a fight that day. And then we saw all the other teams at night, and they were like, yeah, we threatened to quit the race. I was like, okay, so our argument was not that bad.
Yeah.
Anna Sessi would like to know, did you ever come to a point where you just wanted to give up?
No, I mean, I don't think either of us are really quitters in general. And this was something we both wanted to do. Even when I was dancing forever in Georgia, I never once thought, let's just give up, let's quit, let this be the end.
Nutella Tyler says, what do you recommend on Audible this month? Well, I feel like it's only appropriate to give some love to somebody else in the cast who has a book on Audible. If you don't know Audible is the leading provider of audiobooks with over 250,000 downloadable titles. And if you use audible.com/Tyler Oakley, you can get your first 30-day trial for free. So this month I am going to be recommending Blair's book. Did you know Blair had a book?
I did.
Okay,
I'm a fan of Blair.
You're a Blair fan? Well, it's called Beneath the Glitter. And if you want to get it, you can on Audible with audible.com/Tyler Oakley. Like I said, you get your first month free if you use that link. And as you guys know, I don't talk about anything unless I can give you guys the hookup. So thank you to Audible for sponsoring this video. And yeah, go get that book or any other book.
Alyssa wants to know, was Korey ever jealous of you doing any of the challenges or vice versa?
The only challenges that I really thought I wanted to do that you ended up doing were paragliding down a mountain. I was like, wow, cool. I wish I could do that. Because then, what was it, a couple weeks before, I was trying to find matching bags in a city. I'm like, that's not as cool as the other.
For me, I would say when you got to go cliff diving in Bali.
That was fun.
That was the one.
It was fun, but it also was probably the most painful thing I did on the race. I got this bruise. Sam would like to know, did you get any souvenirs while you were traveling? The one thing I wanted was, you were always talking about it, the, what was it called?
Swiss Army knife?
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, I mean, we made it in Switzerland, and they acted like we were going to get to keep it, and then we realized immediately at the end of that day that we were never going to be able to take that on an airplane.
Right, and they made us turn it in. I was actually pretty sad about that.
Yeah, production took it back.
Also the gold swimsuits in Dubai.
I was the only one who wanted the gold swimsuit.
Korey was like, can we keep these?
I was like, this is some American Apparel knockoff.
It was though. It was.
I'm sure I could get one from there.
The sarong in Bali.
The sarongs, yeah. They gave us these cute kind of blanket sarongs the night we stayed in Bali in the Snake Temple, just for comfort.
See, those things were all nice, and you would want to have them after the race, but while you're racing, you do not want anything.
You don't want to extra weight in your bags. Right?
Because you're running with that 24/7. If you can get rid of anything, you're gonna get rid of it. And we were dropping stuff all over every country, and so you don't want to add to that backpack.
Positive Oakley says, Tyler, since Cole brought his mom and Blair brought her dad, how would you think Queen Jackie would do on the show?
Oh my god, she would be terrible. I think it would be good TV, but she would be terrible.
I think you guys would have been the first eliminated.
Michael would like to know, after being on The Amazing Race, what life lessons have you taken that you'll pass down to your kids? That's a sweet question.
Honestly, I think just never give up on something.
Totally.
How important it was not to doubt yourself and to never give up on anything.
For sure. If there's a lesson I could pass on as we approach generations that are more dependent on technology, I'd feel like I wish my kids freedom to unplug.
Yeah, I was just gonna say everyone deserves a month break from technology.
Right.
Jay wants to know, how was the food situation during the race? Did y'all ever get to go out to eat, or was it room service and protein bars?
It was a lot of room service and a lot of protein bars. We brought
Yeah.
protein bars in, what's it called?
Beef jerky.
Beef jerky, which was a hit with every other team. They were like, can we have a bite? They give you a ration of money for that episode, and you can use it for taxis, you can use it for food, you can use it for anything. And Korey was always in charge of the money, and I would be like begging at the airport, like, please let me get a kid's meal at McDonald's. And he's like, we might need that money.
I think once I let you have McDonald's, and one time we bought like a bottle of water each.
It was like heaven. That one nugget for one day, I was like, I'll take it.
This isn't a chicken nugget challenge.
No.
We've already discussed that.
It's the Amazing Race, not the Chicken Nugget Challenge. Tina would like to know, how far in advance did you have to audition for it, and when did you start training?
I think we auditioned in like July, and
Yeah.
we filmed an audition video and sent in a like 20-page application each.
It was like a process. Like, a lot of people think, oh, just because they were doing this specific season, everyone that wanted to be on it just kind of got a free ride to be on it. Like, it was an intense, like,
Full
audition
process.
week and like interviews and tests and this and that and whatever.
Videos and blah blah blah.
Actually, I'm gonna upload our audition video, and if you want to see it, the link will be below. I think as soon as that process started, we kind of started training as if we were gonna make it. We were like, okay, we have to get working now.
Were there any teams you were rooting for besides yourselves?
I had a soft spot for Sherry and Cole.
I mean, how could you not? I
Yeah.
mean, it was a really, as a fan of the show, I always root for underdogs.
I feel like you saw Sherry was by far most improved racer of the season.
And honestly, I mean, we were rooting for Matt and Dana too. We got first and second in the very first episode and almost instantly had a bond with them.
And they didn't really show it, but like throughout the season, we spent a lot of our time in the airports or on the train,
Just hanging out,
bonding with them.
and getting to know them.
Yeah.
And we were very excited to go into the final three with those two teams because we loved and respected them so much.
I mean, you can tell at the end of the last episode in China, when all three teams of the finals were on the mat together, like the love and the respect for each other, just from like from the very first episode to there, we had become so close.
Yeah.
And so we were rooting for all of us, really.
Nisa wants to know, would y'all go back for another game if they asked you to?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, the hardest thing was at first thinking, how can we get away for a month? Now we're like, if they asked us tomorrow, we would
leave
drop
tomorrow.
everything
Yeah.
and go tomorrow.
I think that's the same with anyone who's ever been on the show. I mean, we would go back in a heartbeat.
So, call us. So I think that's all the questions we'll answer today.
Yeah. One more race thing though.
What?
On Wednesday, May 25th, we're on The Price is Right.
They're doing like a whole episode where it's all super fans of The Amazing Race paired with their favorite contestants, and we got to be like a couple contestants.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So if you want to watch that, you can watch on CBS.
Wednesday at 8 on May 25th.
Yeah. And this Friday is the finale, so tweet along with hashtag Team Tyler and Korey, and it's 8 p.m. CBS. I hope you guys like it. It was the best experience ever. I mean, what else
It's
can
a
we
dream
say?
come true, so
Yeah, that's all.
we'll be stalking your Twitters as usual.
Cool. Okay, bye friends!